Peruvian face peelers, got a hot one for you. Let's talk about that.
So if you like exposing truth and dropping truth bombs, then welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday.
I want the truth.
Well, a big Shazam to you people. It's Tinfoil Tuesday. This one, holy smokes, has had my attention for a couple years. It's called the Peruvian face peelers. Before you dismiss it, stay with me. There is ring of truth to this one, and I'm calling BS on part of it, and other parts of it I'm saying, all right, maybe, probably. I'm going to say a big probably. Should be a lot of fun. Let me know what you think. Today's episode is brought to you by CMMG, made in Boonville, Missouri by my friends. They stand behind their product. Rock solid warranty. When you get there, tell them I sent you. Use that coupon code right there. Pick out your favorite color. Pick out your caliber. Pick out your length. Pick it all out. When you get to CMMG. I can't tell you where. Tell them I sent you. You people, thanks for every thumbs up. All right. When people hear, and I've been talking about this one for 2 summers now. 2 years ago, this one came out right in the middle of 23. But I haven't talked to y'all about it. But in person, when I talk to my friends about it, they dismiss it. Why? Because of the words Peruvian face peelers. All right. It all started in a village, San Antonio de Pintayacu. I will put not how to say it, but I will put where to find it, a map up right there. Something happened. We know this. You know me. I like documenting somewhere on the continuum of what we know versus what we don't know. We know something happened. It freaked these villagers out. They're out in the middle of nowhere, but this is not some super remote village. It takes 2 days to get there by boat, but these folks do have electricity. They have, right now, I double checked it, they do have internet, albeit very slow. They have cell phones, albeit only in the village. But something happened in the village, freaked them the bleep out. And it looks like by all accounts that came in, and everyone saw it over this period of time 2 summers ago, these humanoid beings came into the village and were causing trouble. Some reports say they killed villagers. Some reports say they slit throats. Some reports say they peeled back skin all the way to the bone. And there was other villages around that had things that happened. But the commonalities of the story are individuals, humanoid, human-shaped figures in full body armor with elongated helmets, a la the Green Goblin, traveling on some sort of hovercraft, jetpack. And all of the villagers that saw it, including village elders, villagers that are credible, said they would go up and over houses, up and over the trees, up and out, and they would do it silently. Now, y'all know me. I love piecing together stories from all over the globe across large amounts of time. And one thing, including a few episodes ago, the Buckshire UFO, is silent craft. And that happens over and over and over again in these stories. Craft that operates either with a whoosh of air, a movement of air, or completely silent. You hear that over and over again. So you got these guys that they say are 8 foot tall. The villagers say they are 7 or 8 foot tall. They travel fast. They travel silent, elongated helmets, and yellow eyes. Now, here's where it gets a little convoluted. This people group, and these are Indians that are down there, or natives. They're not Spanish people. There is a legend of the Pelicatas. The Pelicatas, if I'm saying that right, they are the face peelers. And I believe these 2 stories got conflated. This happens in the village, and the villagers are immediately, oh my gosh, it's the Pelicaras coming to get us. The nighttime face peelers. I believe that these are men in, I don't want to say military because then you go immediately to the government. I think this is so far above the Peruvian government. But you got dudes down there cruising around with helmets on and jetpacks. Now, this guy, Timothy Alberino, he has a lot of knowledge about Peru. He used to live in Peru, and this is where it gets awesome. I love this. It's a church in Franklin, Tennessee, Conduit Church in Franklin, Tennessee, put together some funds and sent Timothy down there on a relief. Because the villagers were so terrorized by what was going on, they had burned or destroyed or moved back the forest or the jungle 5 acres around their village. They were so afraid. They had some shotguns, and they were, because they were huddled together, they weren't doing their planting and their farming. So this guy, Timothy, Sponsored by people in Tennessee, goes down with a boatload of food, but also with some night vision stuff and some walkie-talkies and some ways for them just to be able to monitor what was going on in the village. He and another guy named Doug, they get down there and they end up, rather than saying, hey, we are here to fight the Peruvian face peelers, they're, hey, we're here to give you guys some equipment, to give you guys some relief, some food. I find this very Christian. And also to teach you guys maybe how to walk single file and not point shotguns at each other while you're walking and going around the village to patrol. So some knowledge, some relief, some help. While he was down there, and this is the crux of the entire story, there's a 15-year-old named Talia, and she was abducted or trapped or held by the Peruvian face peelers. We'll just call them the dudes in the suits. And she was incapacitated and somehow chemically incapacitated. And over a couple days, it took Timothy and his buddy a couple days to be able to interview her. They interviewed her, and her story is once they got her, they put a syringe up her nose. There goes the ring of truth right there. All right, now we got some data that's not face peeling, that's not aliens, and it's not yellow-eyed spooky stuff. And they also put a numbing cream on her face. Why? I don't know. But that has what is the ring of truth. And there's one more detail coming up that I found wild. In research, especially when you're doing qualitative research, there is a ring of truth for the researcher. You hear something, you go, okay, that's interesting. Let's go that direction and see what we find. This story, Talia's story, has the ring of truth. Why? As they were holding her down at night, they were working on her. She received 2 cuts to the neck. And whatever went on, they had a syringe. She knows what a syringe is. These folks have cell phones. They had numbing cream on her. They incapacitated her with something, probably the syringe to the nose somehow. And the 2 guys that were doing whatever they were doing to her began to argue. Here comes the ring of truth. This is my favorite detail that I've heard in years about any story. While they were arguing, Talia says they were arguing inside their helmets, but she could hear them. They both spoke her language. I don't remember. Is it Portuguese or Spanish? Whatever it was. They were speaking her language. She understood them. They were going, let's go, let's go. And they started arguing. And she said, one spoke like me, with my accent, and one spoke like a gringo speaking my language, but with a white accent. And that, to me, is the telling detail of this entire story. Here's what we know. Something happened. 7, 8 foot tall beings shooting over houses. A lot of villagers saw it. People went down there to help and documented it. There's a much bigger story to this. I'm giving you the cliff notes. Now, the Peruvian government, they said officially these are gold miners with jetpacks trying to scare villagers off. That does not have the ring of truth. For me, this is just me, my conjecture. You've got guys down there, men down there, I believe much bigger than the Peruvian government. And here's just a theory. Why are they digging here, cutting? Why are they incapacitating? Why are they pulling skin back? Is there something in those villagers that is protected DNA or undiluted DNA? I think they're there for stem cells or something. And I think this is something big, something much bigger, but these are humans. Now, 7 foot tall, 8 foot tall, that detail. Indians in South America and even in Latin America are very tiny. I've been down there, very tiny. You take a 7 foot tall, the gringo, maybe some German schnitzel fed guy who is 6 feet tall, rather, put him in big boots, put him up on a hovercraft. Apparently their hovercraft are really interesting. The villagers talked more about that. They had some that 3 could ride on, some that individuals, but you put him a little off the ground, you put him in big boots and put him with a helmet on to a very small person. They're going to go, oh my gosh, that's 7 feet tall. That's 8 feet tall. It could just be a 6'2" dude in a helmet and boots. I find this whole story to be fascinating. It's tinfoil. Let me ask you, what do you think? For me, with this story, I've been following it for a couple years. There's more to it. You can chase it. It had, once I heard you've got a white dude speaking Portuguese or Spanish arguing with another guy. Now we have humans with really, really good technology down there pulling something out of these people. I don't find it supernatural, but I do find it super tinfoil.
Welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday. We hope hope you sing along.
You want answers? Diabetes.